So what's bothering them, obviously, is, yeah, they can't hide people that have dissenting views. They can't mash down someone with a different opinion, so only one opinion wins in the end. Only one opinion's ever heard. So that's destroying this opportunity for Biden to look like he's done good things because they keep putting little, waivers on his tweets and stuff, basically saying, well, he's not exactly being true. Is he? No. Now, Elon Musk is announcing Twitter usage is at an all-time high. Kind of cool. He also makes a weird post that some people, I guess, said is weird. I don't know. I don't know if it means anything. I didn't pull it in because of it, but he's saying, "I hope the servers don't melt." That was after he said this Twitter usage is not at all is at a all-time high. Lol. Essentially. And then he posted another one that said, "I hope my servers don't melt." So yeah, a lot of people on Twitter. Kind of interesting. Almost like when you don't, block them, then a lot of people will come, right? If you build it, they will come. Well, the UN's telling Elon Musk, whoa, hey, buddy, you got to monitor harmful disinformation and hate speech. In a letter, Turk said he was writing, this is some guy, Turk, Volker Turk, however you say that. In a letter, Turk said he was writing with concern and apprehension about our digital public square and Twitter's role in it. I'm sure he has a crazy European accent from wherever the hell he's from, but for now, we're going to do it in that accent. Turk also said there is a need to monitor hate speech and disinformation, noting that free speech, nice potential spam, bite me, noting that free speech should not be a free pass. No. Like all companies, Twitter needs to understand the harms associated with its platform and to take steps to address them, Turk wrote. Respect for our shared human rights should set the guardrails for the platform's use and evolution. In short, I urge you to ensure human rights are central to the management of Twitter under your leadership. Because he fired that stupid UN board, Twitter board, human rights board, whatever the hell that stupid thing was. They probably just got money somehow from Twitter too, and that stopped, right? Or they had access or whatever, right, to massage it. They were able to cancel messages, whatever. He also said that Twitter should respect people's rights to the fullest extent possible under applicable laws and to publish transparency reports on government pressure to infringe on people's rights. You know, it's funny. When we didn't have control, or when Musk didn't have control, let's say it that way, I'm not sure who's actually controlling it outside of Musk. But when it wasn't Musk's control, you guys weren't transparent at all. So I'm going to say F you. And I really, really want to say the real word for F. But I'm not. But I really want to. I want to so badly to the UN just go, F you. But I regress, I refrain, I pull back. The UN official also warned about so-called misinformation and hate speech. Twitter has a responsibility to avoid amplifying content that results in harms to people's rights. Like how? How are your rights affected by someone tweeting something? By 542 characters or whatever the hell on the screen? How are your human rights? Dude, the machine that you're reading it on probably used slave labor to build it. Are you worried about that? Or are you just worried about someone's getting butthurt? And I don't mean that in a, some gay people would probably consider that a good thing, right? I didn't mean it like that. I meant like getting your panties in a twist. So whatever. There's no place for hatred and that incites discrimination, hostility, or violence in Twitter. I mean, I agree. No violence for sure. Dude, violence is horrible. Discrimination, it's not cool, but probably allowed to a degree. As long as you're not using words that you shouldn't be using, I guess, right? There's certain things we do for society, I know. But hostility, yeah, I don't know. Like, you should be threatening people. I definitely agree with that. Whatever. Yeah, the UN. Screw them. Erdogan bemoans failure of the International Security Institution. Just figured I'd throw this one in because he used the UN's telling Twitter what they need to do. And Erdogan from Turkey is like, yeah, and the UN, you guys suck. International security authorities are undermined by the crisis in Ukraine, according to Recep Tayyip Erdogan. The Turkish head of state deplored the ineffectiveness of these structures, particularly criticizing the UN Security Council and the influence of its 5 permanent members at a political forum in Istanbul. Again, everybody is saying UN's done. Now, Ukraine openly rejects reported White House pressure to negotiate. He's not going to negotiate. He says Russia has to leave, and that would imply that getting back the people that already wanted to go away to Russia, that don't want to be part of Ukraine anymore, that he keeps shelling with artillery and stuff, civilians. And he's like, the only way this can go forward is for Russia to essentially let me go in there and annihilate every one of those bastards. That's evil. That is true evil. That's the only way forward. Because if Russia left, this guy would annihilate the people in Donbass and Luhansk and Dahansk, right? All that crap, right? All those places I can't pronounce properly. He would annihilate them. So that doesn't exactly bode well for Putin, does it? So there's no way these guys could ever come to the table, so this guy says. Which, if I was a betting man, I'd say his days are numbered, right? Probably. He seems to be a problem. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't have anything to do with it. I'm just, eating popcorn on the sidelines, enjoying the show. China flaunts their new hypersonic missile. At least they put one on an airplane. I doubt very much it was a legitimate one, but whatever. Could be. It's revealed its newest anti-ship hypersonic missiles, the YJ-21. This thing's pretty potent, folks. I don't want to mislead anybody. From what I understand, our ships would have a hard time shooting it down. Now, I do not know. I know they got some laser technology on there. I kind of feel like those might be some of the better options. That Vulcan cannon we've got, I forget the name of the phalanx thing that, it tries to shoot down missiles. It's very effective on missiles that are not traveling at hypersonic speeds. It becomes much, much more difficult to hit those. They still can, but it becomes significantly more difficult to hit. They're coming in very fast, right? So this is escalation. I still kind of wonder if I know we've got a couple things. The tests have been supposedly bad. I don't know. Now, this is also kind of showing, in my opinion, that, at least in El Salvador, they are truly kicking out the deep state, and they have some gumption. This is gnarly if you think about it. So what they're doing is they are breaking the MS-13 graves. Now, I'm not saying that's right or wrong. Messing with someone's grave, and I know typically Latin American people tend to be pretty religious. Again, do I think that's appropriate? I don't know. That's really strong, right? That's going to piss off people. So again, are they trying to start a war? Very possible. Who knows? Now, something else that's interesting on the deep state possibly losing power. British financier Sir Evelyn de Rothschild, he died at age 91. Sir Evelyn served as the chief executive and chairman of the Bank of N.M. Rothschild and Sons Ltd. Between 1976 and 2003. He was also chairman of The Economist. He's also dead. Now, I'm not necessarily trying to, I feel bad for this guy. But at the same time, I do think he's possibly one of the most publicly known evil people on the planet. But again, sucks that he died. I'm sure his family misses him. Sorry for your guys' loss, whatever. Benjamin de Rothschild, the head of the French Rothschilds, he died last year, by the way, just saying. And now Evelyn de Rothschild, he's the head of the British Rothschilds. He apparently died today. So the French Rothschilds that control the deep state guy died a year ago. And now the British guy died. It's like the control structure is being broken down. What's also interesting, by the way, just throwing coincidence out there, Evelyn de Rothschild, he died the same night as the midterm MAGA blood moon. We are living in a spectacular moment in human history. It's going to be biblical. I believe that. I guess I'll play this. I don't know, 15 seconds. I didn't think it was necessary, but let's check it out. What the hell?
I'm going to pull the whole thing down. I'm going to bring the whole fucking diseased, corrupt temple down on your head. It's going to be biblical.
So jealous he got to say the F word, but I don't. It's not fair, folks. It's not fair, I tell you. Where is it? UK to announce a stealth tax raid on pensions. UK? Seriously, this is messed up. It's remarkable to think that just 6 weeks ago, when the UK revealed its biggest spending spree in decades, one which sparked a bond market crisis, a political shake-up, and the resignation of the now former PM Liz Truss. Fast forward to today, when a dramatic reversal, we learn that the UK is sinking into Greek-style austerity. The Telegraph reports that Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and Finance Minister Jeremy Hunt plan to reveal a stealth tax raid on pensions later this month. The pension lifetime allowance is set to be frozen for 2 more years, with a rise in line with prices delayed from 2025 to 2027, the newspaper said. The allowance level has risen with prices in the past, but Sunak, as a finance minister last year, froze the allowance until 2025. The move was forecast to bring the Treasury close to £1 billion over the period. Telegraph said, this is what Telegraph said, and with the UK set to remain in a recessionary stagflation with near double-digit CPI for the foreseeable future, UK retirees' purchasing power will be drained faster than Biden can siphon away oil from the U.S. strategic reserves. The Treasury is now planning to announce that the freeze will be extended until 2027 and the end of the 5-year period for which plans will be produced, the report said. Sunak and Hunt, who need to fill a fiscal gap of nearly £50 billion, roughly about the same in our money, during this November 17th budgetary period, they have agreed to split the cost roughly equally between spending cuts and tax rises, according to the Telegraph. So this is like the last little place, the retirement fund that they've got. It's kind of, I think, similar maybe to Social Security, but they're stealing that money from the retirees now, the retirement people, from that slush fund that they use to pay whatever the hell they pay. That's what's going on. England's falling off the cliff right now. Germany facing sharp drop in real income. Europe's biggest economy is taking the worst hit since 1979 to 81 oil crisis, according to the study. Germany's in bad shape. Venezuela's inflation rate hit 359%. Venezuela, the one that we keep trying to model our whole life after. We should be like Venezuela. They used to say that, 5-10 years ago? We should be like Venezuela. Because they went from being a democratic society to a socialist society, and within an extremely short period of time have destroyed their economy, which is exactly what they want to do to the United States. Hopefully our red wave works today. I believe it will, but I'll believe it when I see it for sure. I will not for a moment entertain that thought until I've seen it. So yes. Now I want to remind you guys, Goldco, my good image in the mind. I don't agree with that statement, but I just wanted to remind any progressives that are listening to me for some crazy reason right now, hey, do me a favor. Here's what you need to do. You need to go to Cutter. And I want you to and then bring a bunch of CBD oil with you too. Take that with you. And then, show up there and tell them how they should be, like protest, glue your hands to something, whatever works, whatever you feel comfortable with. I'm not telling you how you should live your life. I'm just saying it would be a good idea to go to one of those places and tell them what you think.